Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another RGL.GG Invite Sixes cast. This is Season 5, Week 5B. Rebirth Esports is taking on Witness Gaming. My name is Godfather. We are joined here tonight by Dreamboat and have Dolphin behind the scenes as always. How are you doing, Dreamboat?
I'm good, man. It's good to be here. Good to be back. Had to take most of the season off with eye surgery. So bouncing right back and having the last game I cast to be a Rebirth game and coming into a Rebirth game seems oddly fitting. Although they weren't Rebirth when I did it.
Yeah, exactly. I was actually going to ask, but these teams coming in 8-4 and 9-5 respectively, and not to give it all away right now, but this will be likely the most important match of the season. Cram, you want to tell us why?
Well, when you look at the playoff picture, you see a bunch of numbers. You think, okay, this, Rebirth, they're a little ways out of it right now. Maybe it doesn't look like they can come back in. And then you start to delve a little bit deeper. You start to look at what the breakdown of these matches that these teams have left. There's a couple, honestly, we're assuming them as gimmies for Rebirth at the end of this. Yeah, they have a match against Froyo Tech, but it doesn't really matter. There's hard matches for every team. And then you start to do the math on this and you come down, wait a second, if they beat Witness, they beat the two free games, they're in at 10-4, that puts them right in the playoffs. Wait a second, if Witness then beat Mal, they're in the playoffs. Hold on a second, now we got to start busting out the math because there's three teams. There's, two seeds that they realistically can get? And one of these guys is going to get the short end of the stick when really, the way the season goes, they probably don't deserve that. So we start to break it down and we take this match. We assume that they'll lose to Global Can Ice or Froyo Tech. We assume that these teams will beat Cronj, Quad, Nest, HR team. Says it right there on the board. But you look at this match, Rebirth's passed in, they gotta beat Witness, and they don't care about the other match. Witness, if they beat Rebirth and they beat Mal, they're in. Now they got to hope that Rebirth takes this one and then that they can also beat Witness. And that's where you start getting this funky breakdown of these matches having way too much importance because the winner of this will do themselves a huge favor in clinching that playoff spot.
Yeah, this is absolutely chaotic in terms of season finish with rankings. The path to playoff is on screen. Unfortunately, Global Clan Fire has been knocked out, and we will be taking a look at rosters here. Oh my gosh, my words, they're just gone. Let's take a look at rosters real quick. And then we will hopefully be getting live soon after that. But do you want to run down Witness Gaming?
Absolutely. They've got Exile and Sandblast on Scout, Soapy on a Roamer, Ether on Pocket, Logan on Demo, and Toy on Medic. Why don't you take me through Rebirth?
Oh, absolutely. So we have Yosh and Shamu on the Scouts. Mirrorman is the Roamer, Crypt on Pocket, Junie from Spy Kids, also known as Dingo, on Demo Man, and Virgil on Medic. And that is definitely two great rosters going up against each other tonight. And the map pick came in from Rebirth, and we will be on Metalworks tonight. So should be a fun one to watch. What do you think about this map pick?
Honestly, I've loved Metal. As a player, I loved it. As a caster, I've seen way too many matches be way too good on this map. It always seems to deliver. It's a map that doesn't get pulled to a lot, especially as we shift to lands. It's one that even finds itself out of pools at times. But to me, it's just been a map that is always there, always a staple. These teams know how to play it, and they always crush it.
Yeah, it should be a fun one to watch though, as I mean, got a lot of great head-to-head matchups. Sandblast coming in for Witness Gaming here late into the season. I don't believe he's been playing the whole time. A wonderful scout, but he's got to take on the likes of Yosh and Shamu on the other side of things. And looking at these roamers, you got Mirrorman going for huge bombs, or the soldiers rather, because I'm going to mention all of them. Mirrorman and Crypt coming in on huge bombs throughout the season, but then Soapy Meister is just such a dominant force on the other side of things. And Ether is not to be counted out at all. And then these demos as well. I mean, just across the board, great matchups to be watching. Got to be watching out for these medics staying alive. Toy and Virgil, they got to be on top of their game, surfing the damage whenever they can, making sure they're staying with their team, being close on rotations, and, the works. Everything you expect from a good invite matchup. That's what we'll be looking here for tonight.
And I do have to give a special shout out as well, just to Rebirth Esports. It's a name I didn't expect to see in TF2, but it's always great to have another Kenzie org back. For those unaware, Kenzie was very supportive of the TF2 scene back with Velocity, and now very involved in Rebirth. And it's great to see them make the swing over as they did mid-season to pick up a great squad, and hopefully we'll see them in playoffs. But that remains to be seen because this game, a lot on the line, a lot that can be done. Will it work out?
And we will stay tuned and see. Might be a little bit longer, so a bit more downtime here. But definitely, I'm excited. I hope you are too, and I hope everybody who's watching is starting to get an understanding of how big this matchup really is. It's not definite because you can always see upsets, especially late into the season. But realistically speaking, the winner of this match is going to be in playoffs, and the other has a really tough path to get there. So, yeah, very, very important match to be watching here tonight. I'm glad we get to cast it together. It's my first time casting with you, so I'm excited about that as well.
It's always a pleasure for me to slide into the booth with someone new to me, who's been doing honestly great work for the scene. One of the things I always kind of try and keep an eye on is casters that colleagues have said are great or hear good buzz about, and I've heard a lot of good things about you, Godfather. So it's one of the things I saw. He's here. Let's slide in on a game. Let's do a game together and see if you live up to the hype that I've received.
Well, I mean, hopefully hype is the one thing I will be consistently able to bring because this is sure to get very hype. I'm, like, as I mentioned before, extremely excited. Got so many opportunities for big plays tonight. I mean, I just watched Mirrorman sail across the entire map basically, and it's just like terrific invite players that we're going to be watching. And can't give enough time to each of them to do them justice. But pregame frags going strong right now. How is Yosh on 5 ping? I mean, Yosh is probably going to carry it. If he doesn't, he can't play in ping at this point.
Man, he's one of those guys that he's been around for so long, and I always respected him as a really good sniper, but I think I was always sleeping on him a little bit on his actual scout play. And you can't sleep on him anymore. He is an absolute animal in the server. He's a total monster, and he just comes out here and slaughters everyone he plays against. He is insane, and he is going to be such a key player right now for Rebirth. His scout partner, Shamu, no slouch either, and that's going to be the biggest challenge for Exile and Sandblast is to shut down that duo.
Yeah, shutting down great players, wonderful coordination so far throughout the season. But coordination, I mean, we've seen Rebirth slipping a little bit. I mean, with the team starting 6-0 in the season and then their first loss is to Froyo, that doesn't really tell the entire story of their season so far. But they're coming off of 2 wins in a row after losing a few. So hopefully they can keep this momentum going for their playoff aspirations. I'm actually not entirely sure what Witness has been doing lately, but I can definitely take a look at that once I turn it back over to you. But for now, yeah, just talking about Rebirth, hopefully they can, for their sakes, I mean, I'm not trying to be biased here at all, but for their sakes and the hope for their fans and playoff berth contention is if they can keep this momentum going, that is very key. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
And for those of you just tuning in who may have missed some of the banter that we've fired through in pregame, I try to avoid overhyping things, but the importance of this match can't be overhyped. This is quite possibly the most important game of the playoff picture. So much is going to be decided by what this outcome is. Who makes playoffs? Who's going to miss? Who has a hard time? Who needs to run an upset on a Froyo tech to get in? That's what Rebirth could be staring at if they lose this. They would need to upset Froyo, and that's really not where you want to put yourself, relying on beating the unstoppable Titans.
Yeah, and actually was able to watch through some streamers' perspectives. Froyotech was pre-gaming against Rebirth and wasn't looking too good for Rebirth on this map, but then they actually swapped over to Process, which is Froyotech's map for the night, but it's also what Froyotech and Rebirth will be playing on next week, and a similar story there with Froyotech playing very cleanly and kind of just shredding Rebirth. One thing I was noticing a lot, regardless, and have been noticing a lot throughout the season, is Junior from Spy Kids dying early on these mids, and he really needs to make sure that if he's dying, like, dying on a mid isn't the end of the world, but you need to be getting value, and you need to, you know, really be there for your team. Staying alive, of course, is always the better option. So I'm looking for Junie from Spy Kids, otherwise known as Dinko, but we'll be calling him Junie for the night, as that's his alias for the season. So really looking for Junie to not only carry his team, pump out tons of damage, but also be staying alive and playing around his other combo classes.
And as well, I mean, you talked about, sure, maybe they weren't picking up the rounds in the scrim versus Froyo. But the thing is, we can't also sleep on the fact that Rebirth picked up 3 rounds against Froyo on this map and have had some other really strong showings on Metalworks. This is a field they're comfortable on, and that could spell disaster for Witness Gaming. But enough about Rebirth. Witness Gaming, on the other hand, been so good across the board. Can they just... Is it enough? Are they going to be able to shut this down? Is this going to even be a question? Is this easily a Witness Gaming game? There's a window for them, and there's ways that each of these teams can come out on top. I think I have to stick with my gut on Rebirth, but I don't even know how you pick this. And I don't even know how chat has been trying to pick this, because, dear Lord, this is going to be a close one.
A very close one, and talking about that Witness Gaming versus Mal matchup early in the season, I think it was a 5-4 Mal win. So, I mean, in talking about cutting it close earlier with going up against Sprayotech, if you're Rebirth and losing this match, if Witness loses this match, then they have to go up against another really tight matchup, and maybe not as close as the Rebirth Froyo matchup, but equally as important in terms of securing your spot. And so yeah, really, I can't overhype it enough, can't overstate this enough. This match is extremely important, and I hope everybody is here to watch it. But it sounds like people are getting ready here, and we will be getting in onto this first mid. What is your last-minute prediction here in terms of final score?
Rebirth 5-4, but the real winners, the fans who are watching this game.
There you go. Well, I'm thinking Rebirth might have this a bit cleaner, so I'm going to call it 5-3, but I would not be surprised for either an upset or a closer match. But here we go. Crip's going to get very aggressive here, jumping in. He's going to spam out Ether a little bit, but back off in the end of the game. Now Mirror Man is behind, getting a little bit of damage in, but he will be picked up by Sandblast. Now Soapymeister being pressured back himself, not finding too much, though, as he will retreat back to mid. Pretty slow and steady so far. We've seen a sack go in. Logan did die there, so no demo for the side of Witness Gaming. Now we're going to see a bit of a push back in from the side of Witness Gaming as they want to take some aggression, but no, they will only trade out for 1. So player advantage right now in favor of Rebirth as they have pressure onto point. There goes Virgil. Wait! Sandblast finds the kill. I didn't even see where he came from, and that will spell doom for Rebirth here on this mid-fight. Shamu trying to do anything he can, but taking on basically the whole world right now and will likely die. What do you think of this mid as it wraps up?
I'm stunned that Shamu is still alive and somehow finds a kill onto Exile? All right there. But honestly, the biggest thing is that re-aggression from Witness. They divided and conquered. They forced Junie out early. It pulled him to his side. A soldier bombed in to try and support. Junie didn't die, sure, but that pulled support away from Virgil. They were able to find that kill. Sandblast with a couple excellent meat shots. And that now sets up Uber advantage here. Exile as well. Is he just spy checking, or is he actually committing to spy?
No, he's not going to commit here, although that would be fun to see an early gimmick coming in. But a full Uber situation for Toy right now in Witness Gaming, though Virgil is building up pretty quickly, so they got to use this soon. Mirrorman is peeking around, trying to find anybody. He's going to rotate around. Here comes the bomb from Soapymeister, trying to get pressure in early, but he will meet his demise. Yosh right there. And now the Uber is actually forced out, I believe, by Mirrorman coming behind. Virgil has it right now, and they're doing a great job kiting the Sandblast, trying to get in. Now Virgil is able to pop. Are they able to find any kills? There goes Logan, trying to chase down Toy. Will be Crypt coming from behind right now and finding the kill. Exile also dying. Now Sandblast is trapped in behind in Red's lobby. He'll be wrapping around as the rest of Rebirth is trying to push forward. They have to keep an eye out for him because Sandblast is known for, you know, finding those cheeky kills. Junie's actually going to pick up Ether very late into this fight. Now it might be a Mirrorman Sandblast fight in the backline as he goes for the back cap, but unable to find anything. Yosh will actually end up picking him up there, and we have a about 30% Uber advantage for Rebirth.
Yeah, it's a little bit tragic there for Witness Gaming that they just let Virgil get that Uber up. They did such a good job grabbing space, but Mirrorman with the early force made everything fall apart. They weren't able to get in on Virgil with the Uber, and by the time they got there, it was too late. Uber came out, and cleanup came through for Rebirth. Nice and easy. Now we'll see if they can be a little bit more assertive than Witness were, if they can get in here and perhaps catch Toy out.
Yeah, shrinking Uber ad to work with here. Looks like we might just see the use right in. It's going to be onto Junie from Spike. It's trying to get in, eating a lot of damage though as the Uber did fade onto him. Now Ether's trying to pick him up underneath. I think he got a bit of a flash there, but no kills so far in this Uber. Looking into the post fight right now, we have a soldier jumping in, and they're going to find Yoch as Ether picks up that kill. Now Junie is very low. Heal's very low all around right now for Rebirth. This Mirror Man's going to die. The Uber did get popped out, I believe. It was a force from Mirror Man. Crypt will die now to Sandblast, taking him out while the rest of Rebirth is able to back out to their lobby. And we'll see now a fight onto mid, but Rebirth isn't going to try to contest this, down 3 players.
I see the consistent meme that we do play Scout Fortress, but there is something to be said for having a pair of incredible soldiers. And that's the late Uber, didn't quite work out, and then you just bomb Mirror and Krypton, and what do? Well, they salvage. They go to town, they get the Uber forced out. Sure, they lost their lives, but who cares? Uber's out. They've now got that ad to come right back in mid.
When here
Again,
they come, it's actually
play.
Rebirth is going to use in because they used first. They had a much larger ad, and they're going to pick up Logan, but not able to get anything else. His Toy's backing out right now, just around 75%, so they'll get a demo kill and the cap for their Uber, but now Toy 85% and building fast, so we expect Witness Gaming to walk right back in here.
Yeah, they need to find some way of grabbing space right now. They're starting to move their soldiers around, coming out that valley. They are coming in right over the top. They're getting stuffed down pretty heavily. This is getting a little awkward for them to move in, and as Yosh actually kills Soapy. You'll take that trade every day, though, as Yosh gets traded back. And now with Crypt falling, this is where you need to back out Rebirth. You cannot hang around too long here. They bled too many players, and now they got to fall all the way back to second. Uber's still climbing, though. Virgil will get it. She's up at about 80% right now, so it's going to be an even Uber fight now. It'll be interesting to see what Witness elects to do to try and break this.
Yeah, haven't seen many off classes here. Here comes the bomb from Ether, though, trying to get in onto the medic. Gets one rocket in, but not popping is Virgil. Great job there by her to, you know, stay alive and play around her team. So an even Uber situation. We've seen the sack from Witness Gaming. Don't know what the plan will be from the side of Rebirth. Maybe a Mirror Man bomb coming in here soon, but too soon to say. Now Mirror Man jumping around, trying to get some positioning, but fairly slow and steady. Actually, Rebirth looks like it's going to be backing out as no sack went through, so they're just going to sit down on second and wait for Witness Gaming to walk through.
Witness are starting to move. They're starting to eke their way. Looked like it. Looked like they wanted to at least commit a sack through Valley, but again, they're playing this so carefully. They know what's on the line. They realize the importance of this match. Losing this is a big strike to their playoff hopes and could even leave them on the outside looking in. So they're, of course, taking the adequate precautions. Will they be able to find a way through? There's a soldier going in. That Soapy gets absolutely shut down. Not even going to be able to find the kill. Though it did pull the scout out of positioning, but that's all they'll be able to see.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really say anything about a sack wave, but the thing to mention right now is Rebirth not really sacking back that much. We've seen maybe a push coming in here. Virgil pretty aggressive in positioning. Now Mirror Man going to pick up a pack before taking some high ground. Getting a little bit of damage onto the scout and combo, but eventually will be forced back. And I would like to see a bit more aggression here from Rebirth. I mean, it's an even situation. I understand their precautious nature, but you know, at some point you got to try to break this and push out.
And I do appreciate the fact that they even actually tried to walk forward with that. But now it's the question of, can they convert anything? Sandblast looking out in Valley. Maybe he wants to go for the sack. No, it's a big bomb over the top coming sailing above. It's actually a fake with it. Just realizes maybe he can't actually get in on anything. He'll reset. Of course, this is still even. Ubers are trying to find a way through. There's the bomb, and it's the spoon onto the Demo Man. Soapy, of course, he finds that. Of course, it's the Market Gardener coming out, and the Demo Man pick is absolutely massive. Walking in now are the rest of these players. Rebirth, they force the Uber out here, but they haven't actually gotten any kills off of it. Sure, they kill Sandblast, but they lose Shamu. They need to turn their tail and run with no Demo Man. Yosh in trouble. He actually leaves the other way of his medic. Rebirth, they're hanging around. However, nicely done by Witness to grab that point.
Yeah, able to break a bit of a stalemate there with the kill onto the Demo. Big opening pick there, as always. Can't really defend very well with your Demo. And Yosh almost got caught out there. He's now switching on to Engineer. We actually have Crypt checking for off classes, I believe, on Spy right now. He will see, therefore, the Sandblast coming up on Sniper, as now he has swapped back. But yeah, Sandblast looks like he's going to want to peek Don't even know where he wants to peek right now. Maybe a shutter peek. Don't see any traps from the demo onto the shutter quite yet. Got the gun up on the right side. You know, classic setup right now from Rebirth as we look to see an opening pick. Sandblast peeking on the right side right now, trying to find Dingo, it looks like, but he will get trapped out. And so basically a beast trap, as Sandblast says. So that will force Witness Gaming to back out a bit here. Another even Uber situation.
Rebirth again, they wanted to try and take a lot of ground off of this, but Mirrorman not able to hit his jump there, gets stuffed too heavily, and Rebirth just fall back. I do appreciate again that they are kind of moving as a unit, trying to buy space to perhaps make the sack a little bit more effective, but unfortunately it does leave them in a case like this where they don't even get a sack off.
Yeah, Sandblast now peeking down again, looking for the soldier. Is he able to find it? No, I don't know if he took the shot. I probably did, but not able to connect. And yeah, I mean, I would like to see Rebirth sacking more. I want to see them get in. Right now, they're on the back foot right now because they're holding on to last, so I understand why they're not. But earlier on, when you're fighting for mid or fighting for second, got to take risks here and there. And Sandblast right now peeking down the right side. I think he might get hit with a few traps from Junie, who now deads but unable to connect. Sandblast getting very low from a bomb from Mirrorman, who will inevitably die. Soapmeister picking up a kill. But another stalemate situation will progress so far tonight.
I think one of the biggest challenges with the setup that Rebirth is running, honestly, is actually Exile runs and finds Crypt. I was gonna say is I think they'd like to have Yosh on Sniper a little bit just to counter snipe. But Sandblast now has space, is walking straight forward. There's a great line. Are they gonna find it? No. Oh, they're getting in. They do finally shut down Sandblast and Soapmeister. So that's 3 down. And surely Rebirth are gonna walk forward. But there was so much space allowed that I thought that was gonna fall apart.
Yeah, but now Rebirth walking back in here. Shmoo getting very low. Virgil actually eating a bit of damage before inevitably popping. So both Ubers are traded out. Scouts looking for a flash, and now we're going to see the post Uber come in. Bit of damage from the demo, not finding too much. Here comes a bomb from Soapmeister trying to jump in. Ether is actually going to be the first to die. Junie taking him out with some traps. And no, the back cap is coming in from Exile. No one expected it, and the first round will go to Witness Gaming. Very slow. 10-minute half actually, so or round, excuse me, getting onto the second, but back cap will do it.
Of all the ways to lose the opening round in a match that has this much at stake, to go down on a back cap is heartbreaking, but Exile just snuck right through and stole it away.
Getting in here onto the second mid, we'll see early positioning from the side of Rebirth. They want to get this high ground. Now we have to watch out for Ether though, who's going to spam in. Playing a little rotation game as Rebirth walks around to the right side, and we'll see a few bombs and counter bombs. Can anyone hit the air shot? And Exile will pick him up with a pistol. Mirrorman going down now. Cap actually comes through early. Yoshi's able to just walk on it, but he will go down now. Soapmeister trades out on the other side of things as Crypt finds him. Shmoo finds Sandblast as well, but will die in the end. It's a bunch of trades so far, but going in favor of Witness Gaming, who take out 3 and will take back the cap.
Man, that was a ruthless mid. The cap, I love to see that. I always love stealing the cap on a mid like that. You get it immediately. Problem is, the team just didn't come through to support with enough space, and they had to immediately concede after dropping that many people. It was a cute idea, just wasn't properly executed.
No,
and now Ether!
Oh my god, I saw him jumping in, and the demo went for the air pipes. Now the Uber comes in for the side of Witness Gaming, but unable to connect on the air pipes. Junie now going to go down. This is spelling doom right now for the side of Rebirth. They'll get a few spawners in, but Crypt trying to be behind and stall it out maybe. Cap's coming in onto second, and early Sandblast and Toy are just walking in onto last. They're likely going to be able to cap this out. No one's able to touch currently, and that will be round number 2 off a huge bomb coming in from Ether, and Rebirth not looking as strong as we expected them at this point in the match.
And they're just sinking the rockets and not taking just one player down, dropping the medic and taking a second player. That shouldn't happen. That's insane. What a god tier play.
Yeah, absolutely goated right there. And now getting it onto the third mid after a slow first round. We have a quick second one. We'll see if anything changes here. Crypt getting pretty low. Yosh will pick up Exile off that damage. Ether now trying to get behind. He will die to Yosh though, so 2 down. Yosh trades out now to Logan. No one really winning this decisively, but it looks like Witness Gaming is going to be backing out as I did lose 2. And Cap on this mid will come in for Rebirth. We'll see them walking in here. It might be a bit aggression here coming in from Mirrorman, getting some damage in onto Sandblast, but will die in the air there. And now Soapy Meister trying to counter sack, maybe looking to pick up Crypt, unable to so far. Dueling Shamu, he taunts and goes down, 2 down right now for the side of Witness Gaming, so they can't push forward anymore.
Yeah, I missed how Sandblast died. I was too busy watching the duel in Valley. 2 picks is a tough way to go when you're trying to hang on to this point. Players are starting to come forward. Aether is going to fall immediately. There is still Uber on the field. It does get popped off. Now the exchange is coming through. Will they be able to find any of these kills? Forcing a lot of flashing. Great job by Shamu. But instead, they're just going to grab the space and back out with even Ubers. And that's honestly all you can really ask for there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the kill from Crypt onto Ether, Crypt was in the air, shot down onto Ether, who I believe had jumped, forcing the crater and getting that kill, so a bit of a cool play there from him. But Rebirth getting spammed out early here, Soapy Meister just being a pest and taking the space back, saying, you can't walk in here, this is my space, and you know, we have the gun up on defense. No sniper quite yet. Yosh hasn't swapped off either. Maybe something we would expect for him a little later, but Rebirth really looking to get their footing and push in here. No traps on the shutter doors. Soapy Meister peeking on the left, Ether on the right, just scouting, getting some information. But now it's even Ubers as Toy has been building up quickly, so we'll have to see how Rebirth wants to push in. What do you think the play is here?
It's a tough call on even Ubers. Honestly, when you have a weapon like Yosh, I'd probably just throw him in and pull up Sniper. I trust that man to hit enough headshots to get the job done.
Oh, but here comes the play.
Well.
Crypt is just going to go in with Yosh, trying to get some pressure in, not finding anything, though, on the double sack. That gun was keeping them at bay, and we'll see Rebirth back out. Sorry to interrupt here, as you were saying. Oh, wait, actually, we've done with Soapy. Craters. Shamu finding the finish off, but trying to go in on a counter sack there. But what were you saying there before I cut you off? My bad about that.
Yeah, and I think actually, Yosh is at least checking off classes. Here dying to a sticky trap. That's not what you want to see.
Sniper.
But we do have that Yosh sniper up. He was just checking off classes. He's here now, and that's really what you're looking for. He's so good. He can work these picks. Is Shamu gonna get caught here? Yes, he will. Now this is falling apart. Everything's crumbling. There's no scouts. Yeah, the Uber has to come out here. They need to try and deny, and that's what they're doing. Will they find a kill? Sandblast is absolutely pumped.
He's so
somehow
low.
gonna live.
How do you get out? Sandblast is so slippery right now. Shamu on to Spy. We have 2 off classes right now, as Yosh is on Sniper, Shamu on Spy. So no scouts on the board for the side of Rebirth, so your medic has a little less mobility, can't hightail it out of there with the scout. Spy is behind and is getting caught out. We can't just stand there decloaked, man. That's not going to work out well. So down 1 on what is effectively sack wave now. Witness Gaming has the opportunity to push right back in onto mid, for free. Full Uber for Witness Gaming, but Virgil struggling to build right now without those scouts to do the self-damage.
Mirrorman, great spot though. He's gonna drop in. There's the force. That's what you love to see from a player like Mirrorman. Is he actually gonna find a way out of here? There's no way. Surely, will ultimately fall down to the pistol. Still a great pick, and now full Uber on Virgil. They can walk right back in, not even concede this point. Soapy's going behind though. Will that get cut out? Oh, he's gonna kill Yosh!
Oh my god.
Unbelievable finding that pick. I don't know how they allow that to happen. And now everything's falling. Crypt's in trouble too. Oh, but they are gonna be able to save him briefly at least. Shamu here still doing work. They need to find picks. And oh, that's another nice pipe onto Ether. Sandblast getting shut down as well. This is all working out for Rebirth right now. The kills, health is so poor. I don't know how it keeps working out.
Yes, they got him in the end. There you go. Finishing off a great play. Sorry, that was... like, everywhere you looked right there, something was happening, and none of it was clean. Very messy fight, but at the end of the day, Rebirth, with just a little bit of health, able to pull it out. Have Exile on Sniper. He's peeking down immediately. Very aggressive. We'll get spammed out here as everyone is flooding in. Exile just sent right back to spawn. Shamu saying predicted. Don't know what that is exactly about, but Rebirth is able to push right back in here. And Exile saying, I don't play this class, I don't know what I'm doing, but second cap comes in now for Rebirth. Full Uber. Sandblast putting up his gun, so he won't be able to snipe here. No other off classes. Might see aggression from Rebirth. They should know that they have an ad, but if they don't go fast, It won't have it for long, and here it comes. It's going to be onto the scout and demo primarily. Looks like we're going to get damage onto the gun. They will find it early. Trying to find Exile are the soldiers. Now toy jumping, are trying to evade. Pressure onto point right now from Crypt. Collapse comes through, and the cap finally is found. I don't even know how they found that. There were so many blue players on point, but someone got off at the wrong time, and it is a 2-1 game coming into the fourth mid.
So what happened there is Rebirth baited them onto the point. There was a lot of cap time already, and because of the soldiers bombing in, the rockets launched the players high enough up that I think Sandblast barely cleared the cap block limit, and they were able to get like a half tick, which was enough to cap it out. Crazy as 4 players were up.
Yeah, now, oh, jeez, the Crypt bomb is big, but Junie will die on the other side of things. Now Shamu likely going to get caught out, so 2 down early for Rebirth, and Witness Gaming has an opportunity to just steamroll right through. Looks like Rebirth is able to get out, though. Now Crypt having to jump away from alleyway. Mirrorman taking on Soapy in the choke, but here comes Witness Gaming. They're just going to be able to walk right onto point. No one's contesting this, and rightly so. Mirrorman is taken out by Sandblast at the end. Shamu has swapped onto Engineer. We should see a bit of stability, though. Both meds with full Uber, although we might just see Sandblast wants to get very aggressive here. He'll back off and get his heals. And now as Soldiers sacking in. Oh! The trap is too much for Soapmeister, and he will die. So a bit of a stability situation here right now. Rebirth is playing it pretty aggressively, though. Do you think they'll push out even with the Engineer?
I think you at least poke and prod. I mean, you have to do your due diligence when you're trying to work out of a last like this. Sure, you got the NG sitting back there, but if you find a couple kills, you know, that buys you so much space. You're pretty much free to get out at that point. So I respect the poking and prodding. I don't think that they're going to commit until they have something a little bit more solid, though.
You know, we'll have to see what they decide to do. Got the traps on the shutter door, though they just did get dead, I believe. So now Soapy Meister is able to peek freely. Mirrorman's going to have to back off. But what do you want to see right now from Witness Gaming to push it on to last and try to secure the 3rd round and the half?
You gotta find a way to get that Uber out. So whether you want to be creative with some bombs coming in from both Ether and Soapy Meister, that's one way of doing it. I mean, Sniper is very played out, but it is also incredibly effective for what it is. I'm also always in favor of trying to sneak a scout through in the chaos of the bombs. Triple bomb, maybe not. Selling out a little bit harder. I also always do love to see that when it does happen. But realistically, we're probably looking at a bomb coming through at some point, just as soon as they realize where Virgil is. The fact that Virgil's playing closer with the gun, it's awkward. Depending where a soldier bombs, they get levitated, they can get pinned really close or really far away.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Witness Gaming is able to get in at all, though. Crypt with the early spam, just keeping them away from that right side, which would be a great place to walk in with where Virgil is sitting right now. Get in early, try to take out that gun and find the kill onto the med. Looks like they want to get very aggressive, but the gun is too much for Soapy Meister, who will be taken out, but the gun does go down. Shmoo will likely just rebuild it, though, as Witness Gaming doesn't have any to push off. Now Crypt
No, he's got the crit. Shamu's got the crit.
Oh, no. That's big.
Oh my god! Shamu! The monster! He finds another kill onto Ether! But it's the revenge crits for the gun going down. It's so free. And now out come Rebirth. Sandblast trying to go behind, though. Is he going to be spotted out? You better believe it. They know everything. Soapy's in behind, but again, that should be cleaned up too. And this point's getting capped out on the back of a monster play from the Killer Whale.
Yeah, Exile's on Sniper right now, but I mean, that Engineer play, you sneak in there, you got those guaranteed crits, and you hit the fattest meat shot. I think he did 180 with that. So great play from him, from range as well. So no Sniper anymore. I think we got the swap off there before Rebirth was able to push in, but they'll take the second cap for free. Only have about a 10% ad to work with, though, so it will be another even Uber situation coming up for this next fight.
Man, that's you gotta be sitting there right now on Witness Gaming, and there's gotta be a little bit of tilt. You're up 2-1, so you're not tilting on. It's just the fact that you dropped Uber in that way. There's a little bit of demoralization that comes through, and it's something to monitor. As the bomb's coming in over the top, Soapy gets cleaned up by Crypt. Nice combination there. Mirrorman had some spam coming in as well. But now how do you respond if you're Witness Gaming? It's a tough call. Both soldiers down. and you just gotta try and stabilize. You gotta try and settle back in, and that looks like what's gonna be happening right now.
Yeah, just waiting for respawners to come through so Rebirth can take a bit more positioning. Have Yosh coming up on Sniper. Here it comes. We'll see if he's able to pick anything up. We don't have the counter Sniper in play quite yet, but, you know, we might see the swap on if this stalemate plays out a little bit longer. What do you think the best spot for Yosh to really take an angle here is, though, based on what you see from Witness?
Oh, I hate sniping into second. I've tried it a few times. I played a lot of sniper when I was a scout main, but I think lower is probably the best line that he might find something as he starts to move over alley side. But
Oh, he
you gotta
finds
expect
Sandblast.
it. Okay, sure.
There you go. He gets one. It's worth it. Oh my god, but he finds another headshot onto Soapymeister. It's going to open things up for Rebirth as they get ready to walk in onto second. Still, that Sniper, he's going to play pretty aggressively here to try to take an angle onto last, but we'll see what he decides to do in the end. Crypt is going to go for a bomb here, try to get onto Toy, get one rocket, but not enough as he gets piped to the face, but the Uber does come in. Toy pops it, but now Exile got juggled really high into the sky. Virgil still holding on to full Uber. Now Yosh was watching that sightline. If that Uber faded, it would have been a dead scout. So they backed out, and an opportunity probably going to wait for Crypt, but Rebirth wants to push in here, and they will do soon.
What they're doing as well is Crypt's holding the door open, so Yosh is getting back on scout. They know they've got full Uber. There's no point in having a sniper at this point. So they've got the band back together. They're rolling in right now, and this should be a push any second now. I'd probably go through far left or shutter. Depends on this team. I kind of like far left, personally.
Soapymeister's getting very aggressive right now on the left, but it's going to be through the center. We're going to get the pressure onto point early from Shamu. See the collapse come in. It's Sandblast, but Soapymeister and Ether are going to be the first to die, and there's the cap. No one able to touch in the end. You didn't have the gun. I was going to mention it. Exile opted for the heavy instead, and in the end, no gun meant pressure onto point couldn't be denied. And there is the round 2-2 with 5 minutes left in the half.
Really clean push from Rebirth there. You got to have a lot of respect for the level that they executed pulling that out. And now this is where you want to be if you're Rebirth. You were down 2-0. Sure, you've battled back. You got this close. It's a whole new game with 5 minutes left in this half.
Yeah, 5 minutes, there's an opportunity here. You gotta go fast, but Exile being the first to die, that's actually gonna be great for the side of Rebirth as they pick up Soapymeister as well. Now Witness Gaming has to hightail it out of here, but if there's pressure coming in, and they'll find Ether as well, and Logan, so only Toy and Sandblast alive, and now Mirman's trying to get in. He won't find enough damage onto Toy. Down to very weak though, as there's pressure in. It's a scout trying to chase him down. Will Toy go down? Shamu, very, very close, and the bomb comes in. It's mid-cap, not even capped out, but the med goes down, and players from Rebirth have to back off and regroup with their team. They did lose both their soldiers there on that sack, but it is worth it in the end. Sandblast will come up on Sniper, full Uber for Virgil to work with. They have to be careful with the Sniper though, as he will peek in on this angle, trying to look down, but I think he's been spotted up by Yosh.
See, this is the thing that great teams will do, is when they smell a little blood, they will start to turn up the speed. They'll crank up the heat and they'll start putting pressure on, and that was a really all-out mid right there. And then the fact that they chased Toy that far to find that pick put a little bit of pressure on Witness Gaming. There was a little miscommunication. It was they went out the wrong doors. They separated, and now they've got Uber advantage for Rebirth coming straight through. Gun is there. They don't even care. They're getting straight in. There's so much space right around this point. They can just cap out any second now, and that is actually going to be a 3-2 half.
Oh my god, what just happened? Rebirth decided, wait a minute, I want to win this game, and now we have the half. A very slow first round has just turned around, and we'll take a look at logs here, but oh wait, no time to take a look at logs. Both teams immediately, oh, I was going to be all hype about it. Come on, guys. But I've heard it's 90 seconds until we go, so we can take a quick look at logs, but not too much. Don't even know if we'll have time to put them up on screen. I will listen to Dolphin for that, but it doesn't look like we have too much time. But the story of this is Soapymeister going huge with big damage, 239 right now. But top kills are Shamu, followed up by Sandblast. So pretty even though. Air shots I'd like to look at. Logan actually hit 2. A few ones here and there. Medics dying 4 times for Toy, twice for Virgil. And someone just got an $100 item in TF2, and I got a notification for that. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, what are you looking for adjustment-wise for this second half?
really one of the things that Witness is going to have to adjust for is those last holds. The last push that's come in from Rebirth has essentially been get cap time, make you guys all collapse on the point, kill you when you collapse, and then cap at the point. They've done that now 3 times. It's worked out to perfection every time. You need to adjust for that. Start with some sticks on the point. Start with not selling the full farm to try and get back on it. That's really what I'm looking for. But with that half as well, it gives Witness Gaming a chance to breathe, chance to settle down after they had a really nice opening to this game. It all started crumbling away. I'm looking to see if they can stabilize and if they can maybe take a round back and tie this up.
Yeah, we're going to get right into this second half, though. We see Crypt getting pretty aggressive onto Exile, not finding enough, though. And we'll rotate around, playing to the right side. Both teams here. Might be a double bomb coming in from the soldiers, trying to get onto Yosh. They'll actually find Logan. Wait, everybody's dying, and Judy finds Toy. 4 down right now from the side of Witness Gaming, 3 for Rebirth, but the players are weak on the side of Witness as Exile goes down, and now Sandblast gets cleaned up. Not the cleanest mid. He did lose 3. Virgil got low, but will live, and it's a 1 mid fight for the side of Rebirth.
Man, I'm so impressed with some of these players in the server right now. Just the way they're performing. And Shamu, he's having himself a day as he gets that last kill there. Shutting it down, and now full Uber again. Will that adjustment come in for Witness Gaming, or are Rebirth going to throw a curveball here? 2 options on this. They either steamroll the same way they've tried before and get shut down if Witness has a response, or Rebirth. They've got another card up their sleeve. So I'm curious to see how they work out on this last.
Yeah, interesting situation. We have a gun up on the left. It's only level 2 right now. Looks like Shamu's just getting aggressive. They're going to use right in. Pick up Ether immediately, actually. Pressure onto point is there. Soapy Mites are trying to bomb in. No one's able to touch right now. There goes the point. It's very fast right now for Rebirth. They're keeping up this pace after first 2 slow rounds going to Witness. And Rebirth, since then, quick rounds, quick points. It is 4-2.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They kept working on it. Same push, same style. Shamu on the point, capped out. Witness needs to find a way to stop that. Otherwise, this is over.
Yeah, again, this match has so many playoff implications. You can't even begin to talk about them in the time we have. Getting into this 7th mid now. Trying to get down Logan his crit, but he won't find anything. Virgil getting very low. Ether's actually going to die to Shamu. Weak players on both sides. Can anybody pick up Virgil? She's waiting right now for the health kit, but frags are going in favor of Rebirth as Mirrorman and Shamu going big. Oh my god, and Mirrorman picks up Toy at the very end. From above comes death. Another team wipe on this mid. Rebirth doesn't even have to push into last because they picked up everyone before they got there. So great play from them so far. They're trying to just wrap this up right now.
The heat is up. Fire is spewing out of the oven right now for Witness Gaming, and they need to find something. There needs to be some response. They need the miracle hold right now. Full Uber disadvantage. You need that huge play, that either a beautiful kite, this gun under the bridge spot. I don't know if that's the solution, but maybe you need something to come out here and shut down Rebirth because they have no answers for these last pushes.
I actually like this gun spot because the pressure onto point has been there, and that can only see point, and it can't really get spammed out by anything, especially how Rebirth's been walking in. They're going to walk in once again. Shamu's getting very low. He'll actually have to find another flash. The gun does get taken out, but it's time enough for Witness Gaming to try to jump in. There's so many players down, but there goes the point. Rebirth is able to take this very slow first half, but just a 4-minute second half, and that is it for tonight. 5-2 in favor of Rebirth. GG's in chat. We'll take a look at logs, but more importantly, do you want to remind everybody what this means for playoff implications?
Absolutely. There was so much riding on this one because when you come looking at the rest of this season, there's a lot of free games for some of these teams. And now staring down, Rebirth has really opened their ticket. Sure, we're expecting them to lose to Froyo Tech. It's expected. I mean that nice. I like Rebirth, don't get me wrong.
It'll be close.
Everyone is expecting them to lose to Froyo. It's just what you do when you're predicting how this is going to fall. But now with that, they completely control their own destiny because they have those 2 free wins. It should, I believe, solidify Rebirth. I'm just pulling up my notes right now. I've got a long set of notes for playoff. But yeah, I actually think they've clinched now. I'm pretty sure Rebirth is in. They don't care about the outcome of the other game. Yeah, Rebirth is in.
There you go. Congrats to Rebirth on picking up their playoff berth here was a bit shaky, as we mentioned early, but or recently, but able to pick that up. And we have Virgil here, not don't even have a chance to look at logs. Virgil and Shamu both here with us. Congratulations on a great win. You have officially made it to playoffs. How does that feel?
Wait, have we officially
We
made
have?
it to playoffs?
I
By
think
our
your info
best
might be a little
math,
wrong.
by our best math, we think you have. So maybe not
That-
officially.
That'd
So-
be nice. You know what? We'll believe it.
The way I see it is, I mean, it's not a clinch. We have assumptions. We're assuming that you're gonna win 2 out of your last 3 games. But the biggest one is you have the tiebreaker right now on Witness because you've beaten them twice. And I haven't looked at the tiebreaker. I can't find it right now for your tiebreaker with Mal, but I know you've beaten them at least once. So I
Yeah.
think you have the tiebreaker there.
Yeah, I think
So I think you're good.
Yeah, so the situation that we're talking about is assuming all remaining teams in the hunt lose to GCI/Froyo, and teams beat Cronj, Quad, Nest, and HRT. So just looking at the matches against the teams that were still in the hunt, I believe with this win, you guys should be good. I mean, upset wins can happen going both ways here for you for the rest of the season, but definitely in a safer spot than you were going into this. But how did you guys go into this match? I mean, it was very slow in the beginning, and then you guys picked up the pace and kind of steamrolled through the rest.
Yeah, we came out, I think, a little slow. I think we weren't playing as fast as we would have liked. They came out flying for sure. Like they were definitely outplaying us for those first 2 rounds. I think the second round they just like kind of steamrolled us. And they were getting really good sacks in. But we started cleaning it up as the match went on, and we were able to start playing how we felt comfortable again.
Well, it certainly ended up working out there, as I think you had maybe a 4-minute second half after the first round itself took 10 minutes. So the pace was set by you guys, and it definitely worked. Graham, got any questions for them while I look at some of these logs
Yeah,
here?
Shamu, do you want to take me through what I'm calling the TSN turning point of this game? And I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. The crits on the NG. Want to take us through that play?
Yeah. I have like 5 brain cells. So I used 4 of them to just kind of say that they were down 1 and we get a free sack, and I had 2 crits, and I was like, well, I'll probably one-shot someone if I don't miss. And I just managed to get a good shot onto Toy. And I'll call it a bit of luck, honestly. I think I hit the max damage possible.
I think you hit 180 on that shot. I don't know if that's max, but that's what showed for me. So still a nice shot right there.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky there, honestly, with the timing. Honestly, I think you guys can't really get the perspective, but I'll shine a little inside info light. I think the turning point was Mir started calling our mids a little different, and he told us to start going a different direction, and we started picking up mids a lot faster because of that. And we were able to get mid like cleaner. Because we felt that we were getting really good spam early in mids the first 2 rounds, but we weren't able to really kill anyone. And then we would drop someone due to overextending. But Mirror slapped us all and got us all to play better, and we cleaned it up for the next few mids. I think that really helped us.
I think the turning point was when you hard read the sniper in Valley, Shamu, and said predicted, because I think we won the mental game right there. Because like they were trying to shit talk us and like just like the friendly BM and stuff, just try and like get the mental game going. But I think they were that good at it. I don't know. I didn't really feel any effect by what they were saying. Is
Well,
kinda
the
funny.
NG play would definitely tilt me if it happened to me, so I think that also played a role. But overall, I think you guys played really well tonight, and congrats on the win. Looking forward, the big game is against Froyo Tech, and you have any insights on that? I know you guys just scrimmed them for pregame. On the map you'll be playing them on, so what are you thinking about that match?
I think we're just hoping to give people something exciting to watch against Furio. Maybe make things close. I don't know if we'll win. I can't promise that, but we're gonna at least try to make it close. We haven't really thought about it that much. This was a match that really we were preparing quite a bit for, so I think we're gonna take a few days to take a breath and relax a bit, and then we could start focusing on other matches as well.
Well, how did you guys prepare for this match coming into it?
It had been rescheduled a couple times. I think like a week in advance. I think both teams had that we like knew it was Metalworks, and we feel pretty comfortable on Metalworks. We think it's in our upper tier for like maps. So we sort of we have a lot of mids on Metalworks. We have 6 or 7, I think, different ones. And they're slightly adjusted to each team. So we felt pretty comfortable going into it, and focusing on mids was our main objective, I guess. Which it sounds sort of obvious, like you got to win mids to win matches, but that's what we focused on.
Well, there you go. Virgil, I thought you played pretty well staying alive, even in the face of some really big bombs. What is the, mindset when it comes to trying to stay alive in the face of such great soldiers that you played against tonight?
Well, one time I just missed a pretty like obvious sack, so there was definitely some beef because I think we lost the second round off that. But beyond that, I don't know. When my team has a lot of aggression on them, I let myself play like close enough that if I get bombed, that I can kite into them. But I also stay far enough back that the soldier would really have to go out of their way to come get on me, and I just kind of keeping track of them. Yeah, I don't know, nothing too crazy there. Just also try not to get market garden by Soapy because that weapon is stupid.
That kill was definitely a hype moment in chat for all of us. Graham, any more questions from you?
I don't think I've got anything more really to add. I just do want to say best of luck with the rest of the season, and I think at this point we're expecting to see you in playoffs, and best of luck there.
Yeah, any shoutouts for either of you before we start to wrap things up tonight?
Shout out to my team, and shout out to a few of my old boys: Chunky, Hayes, Phone, Mercuso, Sky. I love that team too. So I think that's shout out to Jarrett and Dreamboat, and Godfather and Dolphin.
Shout out to Walrex. Big fan of that guy.
Alrighty, Graham, any shoutouts from you?
Obviously, got to give a shout out to both teams for putting on a heck of a show. There were some brilliant moments in that game. That was absolutely wild. Of course, Godfather, shout out to you for being such a great co-caster, and Dolphin for being a great producer. And then shout out to my boys Abumafu, Necro, and my boy Alfalfa.
Alrighty, well, to close it out, shoutouts to you, Graham, and Dolphin behind the scenes. Shoutouts to both teams. Amazing show here tonight to watch. And be sure to check out the YouTube channel. Plenty of highlight vids, VODs, and the Dispatch series, which comes out weekly. Great content there coming out of the RGL video team. So be sure to check it out. Exclamation point YouTube in chat right now. Do it. But anyway, that is it from me. My name's Godfather. I've been joined by Graham, also known as Dreamboat. We had Dolphin behind the scenes tonight. This was Rebirth Esports versus Witness Gaming. Rebirth takes it 5-2. Have a good night.